On this one, we got a horizontal line right here. We'll graph that in blue. Y is less than 3. So I've got my dotted lines because we must be less than, we cannot be equal to. And all this area down here is true for that line. Here's where 3 is. Here's where everything less than 3 is. I now have this line, intercept of -4, slope of positive 2. Got a solid line. I want to be more than this line. So I would shade up. Go back, these two sections, they cross right in here. And we're ready to go. That's it. More than this line, less than that line. Number 15. I don't have y by itself, so my first step will be to get y isolated. I've got 2y less than or equal to 3x plus 4. Divide everything by 2. Y is less than or equal to 3 over 2x plus 2. I've got my plus 2 right here. I've got a slope of up 3 over 2, 3 over 2, 3 over 2, 3 over 2. Solid line. Y is less than this much. On this one, we have y greater than, or x rather, greater than -1. So here's where x is equal to -1. Here's where all the other places where x is going to be equal to -1. On that line, notice it's dotted because we must be larger than that -1. And we want all the places where x is bigger. There's all the places where x is bigger. I'm going to go back where the two shaded regions meet. We want to be less than the green line, more than the blue line, right in there. Next page. Solve using substitution. Now, for this one, we're going to take y is equal to this much. So I'm going to take and replace y with that quantity. I've got x plus 2y is equal to 16. I know y to be 3x plus 1. So I'm substituting in that value. I've got x plus 6x plus 2 is equal to 16. That gives me 7x plus 2 is equal to 16. Pull that 2 from both sides. 7x is equal to 14. X is equal to 2. I'm going to take this 2. I know x is 2. So I'm going to say y is equal to 3x plus 1. I know x to be 2. And that will give me y equals 7. Give my answer as a point. This one got a little weird. You're going to dump these numbers in. I have x solved for in this equation. So I'm not going to mess with this one. X is already solved for. I replace it in. So I get 2y is equal, 2y rather plus x, which is 4 minus 2y, is equal to 4. You'll notice these y's are going to cancel out. I've got 2y minus 2y. It's going to leave me with 4 equal 4. And a lot of people get confused right here. What's going on? Well, this is going to be IMS, infinitely many solutions. If you look, if I add that 2y to the other side, I get 2y plus x is equal to 4, and they're the exact same equation. If you have the same line and you graph it over itself, it's going to cross at every single point. So there are an infinite number of solutions. We call that simply infinitely many solutions, or IMS. Number 18. Solve using elimination. This is where we stack it up. I'm simply going to take this equation, I'm going to stack it, and I'm going to add both equations together. The reason I want to do this is there will be a variable that eliminates or cancels out from both sides. I'm going to get 5x, y's cancel, it's equal to 10, and it's very easy. The math is very easy afterwards, which is why we like elimination. X is equal to 2. I'm going to put it right over here in this equation. So 2x plus y is equal to 5. I know x is 2, so I'm going to drop that value in. 4 plus y is equal to 5. Pull that 4 from both sides. I'm going to get y equal to 1. And I have my coordinate solution. Over here on number 19, same deal. Elimination, so I'm going to stack them up. 3y minus 2x equal 4. Add straight down, I'm going to get 4y. X's cancel or eliminate just like I wanted them to. And my 4's will give me a 0. This isn't a panic situation. This is 4 times some number equal to 0. The only number I know that can do that is a 0. So I know my y is 0. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put it back into this equation right here. 0 plus 2x is equal to -4. Divide both sides by 2 because this is all gone, and I'm going to get x is equal to negative 2. And that will give me my coordinate solution. Final problems. The word problems. We have Timmy's fleeing from a group of recently agitated pandas. He's got a 3-yard head start, and he's running at 1 yard per second. The pandas are chasing him, moving at 2 yards per second. Graph the situation. So we're going to go Timmy in blue. His position at any time, he's moving at 1 yard per second, but he also had that 3-yard head start. This is Timmy's distance, or we'll just say Timmy's position. Now to graph this, we just go to +3. I've got a slope of 1. This is going to be Timmy's line. That's Timmy running away. The pandas, they don't have a head start. They're going to start from 0. All right? So you'll notice the distance between the two lines is the distance between the pandas and Timmy. Now they are closing on him. They're moving a little bit faster at 2x. Those two lines are going to cross right there. It's the intersection point. We'll call that the panda's position. And they cross at 3, 6. What does this mean? At 3 seconds, they've both run a total of 6 yards. Now, what happens at that time when they're in the same position, well, that's totally up for debate. We don't know what's going to happen. We do know they're agitated and that they're pandas. Moving on. Bill has 12 pets, all cats and dogs. He has 2 more dogs and cats. How many of each kind does he have? Well, I'm going to say X is my cats, Y is my dogs. Does not matter, but it's going to change the way your equations look. I have 12 pets. So the number of cats plus the number of dogs is 12. I have 2 more cats than dogs. So if I take my number of cats and I subtract off my number of dogs, I should have 2 cats left as far as the numbers go. These look like they're set up real nice for elimination. So that's what I'm going to do here. 2x, my y's are going to eliminate, and that's going to be equal to 14. So I'm going to say that I have 7 cats. I do know with x being 7 that I can find y. I pull that 7 off, y is equal to 5. So I have 7 cats and 5 dogs. Total of 12 animals, and 2 more on the cat side than the dog side. Levi's got 22 pairs of jeans. 6 more have holes in it than without. So I'm going to say X jeans have holes, Y jeans no holes. I know that I have a total of 22 jeans. I also know that if I take my number with holes and I subtract the number that don't have holes, I should have 6 more that have holes. So X minus Y is going to be 6. I add them together. Again, this looks really good for elimination rather. My y's are going to eliminate if I add straight down. So 2x is equal to 28. That means my x is going to be equal to 14. Once my x is equal to 14, I take it. I'm going to drop it into either equation. I'm just going to use this top one because it's handy. Subtract the 14 from both sides and you get y is equal to 8. So 14, 8. 14 jeans with holes, 8 without. That's it. Good luck on the test tomorrow.